You know what they say, most who come stay, come and meet your people, come and find your way, This is Baltimore.
Welcome to the NoPixAfterDarkPodcast. I'm your host, Aaron Dante. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing show for you today. We are on location at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum in downtown Baltimore, Charm City. I would like to thank Visit Baltimore for hosting this event because this is amazing that No Pixels Are Dark, Visit Baltimore, again, it's like a marriage made in heaven. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad to be back with you guys. We have some super celebrities in the house today. I'm so excited, so excited. First, to my left, right immediate left, the president, CEO, Mr. Al Hutchinson. How you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Visit Baltimore. That's the man right there. We've interviewed before. And Dr. Breaux from Bowie State, the president of Bowie State University. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to be here with you today.
I'm so excited to have both of you guys here today. This is exciting. I'm smiling ear to ear right now. And I want to talk about CIAAs. Mm-hmm. How do we get here? How do we get the CIAAs in Baltimore?
Oh, well, let's start with being the president of Bowie State University. I've known for a long time about this wonderful city. It has so many amenities, so much to offer to the CIAA. And thinking about the future of the CIAA when we're thinking about the possibility of moving from Charlotte, what better place than to be here in the city of Baltimore with all that it has to offer, from the aquarium, the rich neighborhoods. And for me, as the 10th president of BSU, the first HBCU in the state of Maryland, I'm not going to quiz you right now, but do you know, I'm going to ask your audience, do you know where we were founded? Right here in the city of Baltimore, on the corner of Calvert and Saratoga Street. So for us, it's like coming home again. It's just a great, great place to come back to your roots.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that. And what about you, Al? I mean, when you hear CIAA in Baltimore, what's your first thought?
Well, for me, I go back to CIAA from being a little kid in Richmond, Virginia, which is the home of Virginia Union University. I went to the conference tournaments back in the day, and since I've been in this industry, I've also attended the tournament. And you always, as a destination marketer, which I am, you're looking for iconic event that can come to your community that can really change the game. And for us in Baltimore, February, the last week in February, historically is a very slow time of year for us business-wise. When you look at our basketball history as a community, all the great stars we've put out into the NBA and college basketball, our African-American history here in the city, it was a match made in heaven, in my opinion, that we were able to convince the presidents, Dr. Breaux and her colleagues, the commissioner of the league, to bring the tournament from Charlotte to Charm City. So this was big for us, and we look at it as a great opportunity.
So how is Bowie State University and Visit Baltimore preparing for the CIAAs? How are you getting ready for this? Because from what I heard, this is like a family reunion. People are getting back together. It's everybody, celebrities come in town because it's the place to be.
Yes, it's the place to be, and the alumni across our institutions of the CIAA are so excited. They're already primed, ready to go. They wanted to be up here last February, but we were going through some of those challenges. But we're coming into the city, Royal Farms, and they're pumped up. They want to be here. It is a family feeling. If you've never been to a tournament, you have to come in and feel it. It's palpable when you walk into the arena, but around the city, there's an excitement, there's a spirit that's here. People come in their best attire. So it's not your typical basketball tournament. You come out to watch and cheer on the athletes, but you also come to be part of that family. HBCU love is in the house when you come into the CIAA tournament, and our athletes, our student athletes, are phenomenal. On the court, they excel. Off the court, they're excelling academically. So there's so much excitement that's going to be up here in the city. So it's not a lot. It doesn't take a lot to get our alumni pumped up, and we have a large number of alumni across our 12 institutions that are right in this region, around the tri-state, the DMV area, so they're ready to come in. And with everything we've been through, they've been waiting for this moment.
I love hearing that. I love hearing. Well, Visit Baltimore. So how are you guys preparing the city, getting everybody ready to come here?
Well, to put on an event of this magnitude, based on data, you're looking at from 80 to 100,000 people that will be in Baltimore that last week in February. 10,000 hotel rooms will be utilized. People who attended the great institutions in the CIAA will be here, but a lot of fans who didn't attend one of the conferences will be here. It's a big deal. So it takes partnership, and to Dr. Breaux' credit, being a great leader at Bowie State and one of the presidents in the CIAA, her other 11 colleagues, partnering with the commissioner, Jackie McWilliams, it's a true partnership. That's the only way this can work. Visit Baltimore, we're playing quarterback here. We're not the only partner. We have a number of entities that's going to help us make this a true success, and so we're excited about it. This is going to be a big event for Baltimore and for Maryland.
It's funny, my sister goes to CIAAs every year. She's younger than me. She loves it. She's like, she's like, Charlotte has everything. It's all in one place. I was like, wait until Baltimore gets it. Everything's in one place, so I'm very excited for Baltimore to put on this amazing show. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited. So tell us a little bit about the BOT Pass. What is the BOT Pass, and how can that help out people when they get in town and whatnot?
Well, the BOT Pass was actually created prior to us booking the CIAA tournament, but what it really is, it's a way for us, through Visit Baltimore, to put a spotlight on our African-American attractions. From the Reginald Lewis, where we sit today, to the Frederick Douglass Isaac Myers facility, to the Great Blacks and Wax Museum. It's a pass that provides discounts for folks going to these lovely attractions in our city. They can get additional discounts as they visit these attractions. But Mecca Verdell, local poet, writer, we partner with her to really create this new BOP Pass. And BOP, for those who are listening, is really a slang for, in the move, in the swing here, right, in the groove. And so it's a little Baltimore slang, but Mecca did a great job of helping us create this BOP Pass. And we think it's going to be something for the CIAA's fans to really get out into the city and see the African-American contributions to not only Baltimore, but to the great country of America.
I love it. I love it. So what can fans, athletes, family, and friends expect when they come to the city? Like, what is the highlights? Where can they go? Where can they hang out? Tell us about Baltimore.
Well, look, Dr. Breaux knows it's basketball first, right? So the tournament at the Royal Farms Arena, we're encouraging everybody to buy tickets, go to the game, really enjoy the student athletes of the 12 institutions. However, when you're in Charm City, you got to get out. Go to our over 200 neighborhoods, visit all of them. We have one of the best culinary scenes in the country. Not just crab cakes, Dante, but we have a great food palette. So we want folks to go out, really enjoy Baltimore, see our attractions, and really feel the warmth of the people here. Folks love Baltimore, rich African-American history, rich American history, music scene, food scene. Just enjoy yourselves in Baltimore, and this is a great time for us to showcase our city.
Let me add that academics are very, very important for the CIAA, and we're very fortunate to have a career and an education expo where we showcase the excellence on our campuses. So the institutions, for those parents out there who are watching, listening, I want them to know that this is an opportunity to also get to know our institutions and all that we have to offer academically, the activities, and really get a true sense of what the CIAA is with regard to academics, too.
Yeah, I remember looking at the virtual fair last year, and it had that, and I really liked seeing that because I was like, wow, I'm new to it, to all CIAAs, because I went to school up north, and I was like, wow, this is very fascinating. Like, had all these amazing different companies here that we're going to, and I'm excited to see that. As far as the academics, will there be representatives for all colleges here, obviously?
From our institutions, from the CIAA, the 12 institutions,
okay.
And we're very much excited about bringing that, the warmth, the academic programs, and raising awareness about academic excellence. As Al was saying, student athlete, student first. We want to make sure our students get their education, they graduate in a timely fashion, and we do that with the HBCU Love. We wrap our arms around our students, so we want to showcase that to our prospective students and to their families.
And Aaron, if I could just add to that, and Dr. Breaux is right on the money, academics is extremely important to this community. One of the other things that Visit Baltimore and our partners are trying to bring to this tournament is just some educational sessions. Wellness, health is very critical during this time period. We've all been dealing with COVID and the pandemic. We're going to have some sessions to talk about mental wellness for folks. They can go to those breakout sessions. There's going to be another one on emerging leaders. We want our young folks to see how they can go career pathways, find good job opportunities. We're going to do a tech summit because we think that's important. STEM is very important to a lot of our young folks coming up. So basketball is the backdrop, but it's more than that. And I think being in Baltimore, we want to showcase our talent. here in Baltimore and really have our local residents, our fans who are coming in for the tournament, really listen to some good thought leaders so they can leave here feeling really great about Baltimore and about what the CIAA represents.
Well, Dr. Breaux, real quick question for you is that if I'm a student and I'm looking at a CIAA school, will there be academic advisors on hand by chance if I say, hey, here's my academics, this is what does it take to get into?
We have our admissions office that will be on hand.
Okay.
And
That's
we're
great.
ready to talk with the students right there on the spot.
I love it.
And we will be talking about their credentials and what they want to do and making sure that for some of our institutions, we're able to actually say to them on the spot, if you have a certain level of GPA, and you have, used to be SATs, but many of our institutions are waiving that now. We can actually, in some cases, accept them on the spot if you meet certain criteria. So it's important that the students come in prepared, explore our institutions, read up about them, and then come in and talk with our admissions counselors about their interest.
Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
You know what they say, most who come stay, come and meet your people, come and find your way, This is Baltimore. You don't know real until you've been to Baltimore. Yeah, so art, so pure and real for sure. This is Baltimore.
And folks, we are back at the NoPixAfterDarkPodcast again, and this is a very special occasion in downtown Baltimore. We have Dr. Breaux from Bowie State University, president, amazing, she's dropping jewels and gems. And then we have Al, the president of Visit Baltimore, CEO. I mean, he's always on the show before, so he's going to drop some jewels and gems. So let's find out. How did we get the CIAAs? Because I know everybody was bidding for it. That's a hot ticket. That's like the Super Bowl. But this is bigger than the Super Bowl. This is the CIAAs. How did Baltimore get this amazing tradition like no other? We can call this the Masters. Better than Masters, okay? How did we get there?
Better than Masters.
Better than
yeah,
Masters.
that's right. I
Better
agree.
than
I
Masters.
agree. So this actually started back in 2018. And, anytime you're trying to get an event of this magnitude, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time. CIAA actually approached Baltimore to take a look at if we're interested. And so we had some initial conversations with the CIAA. The more we talked about it, I had some history with them, so I knew what it was all about. The more we talked about it, again, time of year, the number of folks coming into your community, it just made good sense. We didn't know if we would win it. And I will be honest with you, there are a number of folks in Baltimore that didn't think we would win it. So we did some great due diligence. We did our research. We worked with the business community here. The city of Baltimore was the first step. They had to agree to partner financially. They had to see the value. So to the credit of the mayor at the time and the city council, they stepped up to support it. We had to then go to the state. The governor, lieutenant governor really embraced this tournament. They made a financial commitment. And from there, we had to go to the private sector. Can you help us to raise some money? So it is a process. Events like this just don't show up in your community just because. You have to do some due diligence. And then we had to compete. We had to compete against several great cities. A couple of them I used to work in. So I had some secret intel about those communities. But this was a big, big coup for the city at a time we really needed it. This is before the pandemic ever hit us. But it was a great move, great partnership, city, state, private sector, in order for us to make it happen. So we're totally excited about it. Could not have happened without the commitment of a great institution like Bowie State. They are the host institution, and we needed that partnership. So we feel very fortunate at Charm City, and we're going to make the CIAA proud.
Well, I just wanted to ask real quick. Bowie State, how did you guys get involved? I know you're a part of it, but you wanted to do it in Baltimore, not D.C.
Well, let me back up and just say we, as a board of the CIAA, received some outstanding bids, really great bids and proposals. But when the city of Baltimore came in, it was definitely a comprehensive, holistic approach. The community was coming together in the presentation that Al and the team brought forward. And so you could see the community was behind it, from the local government and just the businesses, the restaurateurs, security. I mean, all of it was in a wonderful, wonderful package. So for us, they were heads and tails and just at that other level. Not to take anything away from the other cities, but they nailed it. And so we're really excited to have this finally coming about. But with Bowie State University as the host university, for us this is very special. Having the tournament come up north, it's great to be able to have Virginia State, not too far away, Lincoln University, the northern universities in the CIAA coming together to rally our alumni, and we're very excited to be coming up north. The CIAA tournament has been down in Charlotte for some years now, so I think it's great for our alumni who are up north, who typically travel south, to have this experience and to have it in such a wonderful city as Baltimore.
Okay. So tell us a little bit behind the scenes of the culture of the CIAAs, the bands, the pageantry. I read somewhere there's a guy that comes dressed up to the games.
Oh, that's Mr. CIAA.
See,
I thought everyone knew Mr. CIAA.
I'm learning.
I'm
learning.
CIAA, yes, he does come. He changes his outfits quite often, and they are wonderful. He's very, very dapper, very elegant, and he has been a staple of the CIAA tournament. But it's not just about the dress. It's really about that feeling you get when you come in. You do get a sense of our institutions, our bands. The bands are amazing. Our cheerleaders, the mascots, just all around, it's that wonderful spirit that you get when you come into the CIAA tournament. And it extends beyond the tournament. Again, it's not just about the court, although we have some of the greatest athletes that'll take to the court, but it's really about that family. We're very competitive as a group. I'm very competitive. We're known to talk a little bit of stuff on the sidelines, too. We have a good time doing it, and then you get the bragging rights at the end. But we're so in all of our student athletes, we're there cheering them on. They've given so much of themselves to train, and especially in this coming year, we're just excited to see them take to the court. So February 22nd through the 26th, we want to make sure you have those dates so that everybody gets pumped up, get it on your calendar, and come on out and see the bands. We have the Symphony of Soul, so I'm just going to promote the Bowie State University Symphony of Soul, and to my colleagues out there, I know that they're going to promote their bands because it's a great time to cheer on our bands.
Yeah, and if I could just add, Dante, this tournament, you have your listeners, New York, Philly, Boston, Richmond is listening to the show. Jump on the rail, come down Amtrak, come to the tournament. This is a cultural event. It's probably in the travel and tourism space the largest African-American sports tourism event in the country. So when you come down, you're going to see great basketball. Look, Earl of Pearl Monroe, Hall of Famer, CIAA, Winston-Salem State, Bobby Dandridge, Norfolk State University, Hall of Famer, NBA Hall of Famer now, Ben Wallace, Virginia Union University, NBA Hall of Famer. You have Charles Oakley, Virginia Union University, Hall of Famer, NBA. A lot of great basketball in this conference, but you're going to just meet great people. Everyone's going to have a good time. It's a fellowship, family reunion, and we encourage folks who have not been to the tournament, if they want to see great basketball, meet great people, have a great experience in a great city like Baltimore, we're ready for them.
So in Charlotte, the crowds, how many people were down there for this week? Just a pageant, like it's the basketball, the fun, just seeing each other. How many people will Baltimore expect to see coming up?
Thousands and thousands.
Okay.
Yeah, coming to the city from all over the country.
Right.
Because, as Al said, we are the oldest intercollegiate Negro, African American, used to be the Negro colored CIAA. It's now Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, but it's the oldest African American athletic association, founded in 1912. So this is a long, long tradition in history. So it's exciting. It's more than just basketball. Thousands of people will descend on this city and have just a great time, a fun time.
Because from what I've heard, we only get to find a hotel in the area, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yes, isn't that?
That's a beautiful thing. And I hear tickets will be going fast quickly, so I'm definitely going to book my ticket, have my whole family go down there.
You should. It's a special event. It's a big event, based in Charlotte at peak. Over 150,000 people were in that community for that week. Everyone can't get into the stadium, right, in Royal Farms Arena, but they want to be a part of it. They want to be here. And so that's a part of what we're promoting. Folks buy tickets. People can also book hotel rooms and just be a part of a great event.
You got me ready to spend all my whole paycheck right now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. But
As it should be.
I love hearing this, and I was so excited to have this opportunity to speak to both of you about this because this is really near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of people. A lot of people in my family are in the Divine Nine, And so, again, they were so excited to hear about this interview because they really want to hear about how Baltimore's going to be on the spotlight and what amazing things can be, and to be so positive. And that's what it's all about, the positivity. And, what do you say to fans when they're like, hey, I've never been to Baltimore, I see things, like, what do you say? I mean, I feel comfortable. I love the city. What do you say to that? Like, just...
Well, look, we're a great American city. We're an
Right.
urban hub. We have our challenges like most urban hubs? Absolutely,
Cool.
yes. But people can feel comfortable coming to the city. They're going to be able to feel safe. We're partnering with our police department and other, our waterfront partnership, downtown partnership, to make sure we have great guides to welcome folks to the community. We're going to have probably over 300 volunteers that will partner. You mentioned the Divine Nine. We're going to have folks from that community, the faith-based community. This is going to be an event, I think, for your listeners, unlike anything they've ever seen before. We have to keep in mind pent-up demand. Folks have been sort of on lockdown for 18 months. They can't wait to get out, come to a great event. The history of the CIAA is huge. So I will tell you, the place you want to be the last week in February in 2022 is right here in Baltimore City.
Will there be any community service events going around the community during that time period?
Sure. We've been very fortunate in the past to partner with Samaritan's Feet
Okay.
as one of the initiatives, and definitely we embark and really want to instill in our students to give back. They're here and they're able to live the legacy of our institutions because of those who came before. We expect our students to give back to the communities and to serve the community. So that will be part of what happens when we're in the city.
Hey, folks, you heard it here first. It's exclusive with NoPixAfterDarkPodcast, partnering with Visit Baltimore. I was very excited. Any last words you want to tell the audience before we go? Any last words?
We're ready to come to the Charm City and have CIAA have a great time. And we hope the audience listening today and part of this podcast will come out and celebrate the CIAA and see what we see all the time, just great excellence across our 12 institutions.
I agree. Black excellence, right? For a week in February, enjoying 12 great institutions, great basketball in one of the greatest American cities in the country, Baltimore.
That's all I got to say, folks. Love, peace, happiness, we're out.